Hello friends, welcome back to my gaming channel Neon. So let's continue on our gameplay walkthrough of Cyberpunk 2077. In the last video we did a side quest of Pan Am and now we are gonna do Riververse side quest. I guess nobody will say anything if I ride this bike. This kind of looks like a heavy duty bike. So time to meet with River Ward again, the detective. It's a bit far away, 3.3 kilometers. I am supposed to meet him in the evening. What the? What happened to the bike? It's gone. It's nowhere to be seen. Did it land somewhere up here? I don't think so. Bike just disappeared out of thin air. It should have been lying around here. Again, a message from Judy. Seattle's calling. What are you doing there? They got a pretty Nova Virtue studio here. Wanted to check it out from up close. Maybe I'll rent a space for a couple of days, play around with their tech, do some experimenting, we'll see, but I'm not planning on staying long. Why not? Didn't live in nice city just to end right where I started. At least not right now, cause otherwise it will just be the same seat, different place. We're gonna head east, roam around the country a bit. Um, Probably won't have a sig for a while. Hang in there, alright? I'll try. Oh, there was some more messages from. Uh, I'm sure you'll manage just fine. If I am ever back in NC, we can crack some beers on the roof and you'll tell me everything. And I probably won't believe any of it. Anyways, bye, V. Bye, Judy. Okay, let's call our next vehicle. Our current vehicle disappeared out of thin air. Did I drive this in the last video? No. I drove the car that I bought, right? So let's drive this stupid car. The fast car we got also after our own car. I mean, our cars collection is the second car, but the fast car I purchased basically. Hey Michelle, we are holding a funeral for Scorpion and the others. I thought maybe you'd want to come along, say goodbye, fire a rifle in the air to honor the fallen and so on. So Is there another quest? Chipping in Dream Badlands. I don't see that as a quest. I'd like to go. I'd love to go. But I don't see any option. I don't see any quest popping out. What the hell? How did this car pop out of nowhere? There was supposed to be a police warrant because I just rammed a guy out of nowhere. Or ran over a guy in plain words. Okay, we are here. Sit and wait for a river. What?
Well, this is the place. Tick, 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 tick.
Sometime later. There he is. He is driving again.
Hey, V. How you holding up?
Been better. I know. Probably not hard to tell.
Nice ride.
Nice ride. Brand new?
Nope.
Not in a chatty mood, I see.
Not really. Sorry.
So, what's the issue?
So, what happened?
Needed someone to talk to.
Uh-huh.
First, take a look.
Hello, my name is Iqbal, and this is WNS News.
More dead politicians.
Just watch it.
Roadside inspection led the NCPD to the trail of a dangerous abductor and murderer. The incident occurred at the intersection of 7th and 15th Avenue. The following police footage was captured at the scene.
Gun owners are reminded that the use of firearms to
1038, I repeat at 1038. Registration 2AA6244. We're exiting our vehicle now.
Copy that.
Out of the car!
I saw this in the news. Yes.
Relax. Shut your mouth. Oh, shit. We have a 1053 and a 1054. I repeat, a 1053 and a 1054.
Make sure your implant is always placed on.
I saw this in a TV.
The boy from the footage is LeVar Martinez, age 17. His parents reported his disappearance over a month ago. Unfortunately, LeVar's life could not be saved. His body could not withstand the severe septic shock he suffered. Autopsy reports revealed the teenager was given dangerously high levels of hormones, anabolic steroids, and stimulants. Possessions and genetic material of 7 other missing teens were also found in the car, belonging to one Anthony Harris. Unfortunately, their fates remain unknown. Although the criminal widely known as Peter Pan survived the gunshot, he has not regained consciousness, making interrogation impossible. Please stay tuned to WNS News for developments in the story.
This Peter Pan, a case of yours?
This, Peter Pan. He an old case? You were looking for him?
Never heard of him. Didn't cross my desk.
So, looks like they caught him.
What's the problem if they caught the guy?
My nephew, Randy. Disappeared not long past. And what you just saw. The kid was wearing Randy's shoes.
Ah, Jesus.
The disappearance, tell me more.
Randy's disappearance. You know anything else?
My sister and I don't get along that well. I don't know much. Just wish I could have been there for her when she needed it most.
Haven't been assigned to the search?
And what, they figured you'd get emotional and kept you off the case?
More like a restraining order. Won't let me anywhere near it. Gonagle took the lead on it. Lazy ass gonk. And so far, he ain't accomplished shit.
Wouldn't let it go if I were you.
No way I'd let this lie.
I know. And that's why I'm asking for your help.
So what do we need to do?
Can't interrogate the guy because he's a veg, but we can view his dreams.
I'm sorry, dreams?
You heard me. Come on, I'll explain on the way. It's an experimental procedure, but it's already yielding results. They record dreams that can be played back as BDs.
You got access to these dreams?
Not yet, but they keep them in the lab we're headed to now.
Can you walk a bit faster, River? Because I can't walk so slowly. What? That stuff on his chest and his
Got an
coat
appointment?
jacket
Not
reminds
exactly. We'll go in
reminds
together, but not through the main entrance.
We're gonna break the law?
We'll find a different way in, and then hustle out quick. Never actually been here, so I'll need your help.
Okay, the thing on his neck and the coat reminds me of characters from Witcher 3. It's more like the Witchers. Reminds me of the Witchers, you know. Find a way inside the lab. I know the front way isn't the way, but I want to check first how it looks. Yeah. Now, time to find a way. Locked. Okay, there is a way over there.
Pinche culero, hijo de la chingada. ¿Qué pedo? ¿De qué chingados hablas? No, no voy a oír esas pendejadas. Pedazo de mierda, sin cerebro. ¿Quién anda ahí?
What happened? I am not allowed over here?
En el hoyo no serías más que otra pinche cucaracha.
Okay, shouldn't be anyone inside. The lab's in the middle of an audit, so make all the noise you want.
How are we gonna find this Braindance?
Look for a room where they edit the dreams of autistic kids.
Okay.
Oh, and remember, Peter Pan's real name is Anthony Harris.
Anthony Harris, okay, I remember. Messages, security update from Noemi Redwood to research team. Important, I would like to remind everyone of the upcoming audit and changes in security. I am willing to answer my immediate question you might
They
have.
definitely don't store any BDs in this area.
As you are aware, we had complaints from the NCPD. I know, but we will have to follow the new guideline. There's no wiggle room on these. At a time, TBD later, you will get your new double verification access signature. You will each receive individual emails with the relevant details. No more of that reply all. No more of that reply all funny business. Until then, continue your work as normal. Of course, excluding the day we have assigned for the audit. Have a nice day, security. A small step for science, a giant leap for humanity. From Eugene Kuzma to research team. Good morning, all. I would like to congratulate our very own Dr. Ewan Packard on the recent strides he has made in the field of pediatric aut- autism therapy. Her invaluable work have paved the way for more effective therapy application than the established behavioral method Tech, ESDM, and RDI, clearly surpassing all supportive methods. Example sensory integration and substantially building upon traditional approaches such as music therapy. I speak for all of us when I say we are extremely proud of Dr. Packard's scientific
Empty Braindance
achievement,
case.
but also more importantly proud to see the huge inflow of warm letters from happy parents. Keep up the great work, everyone. Eugene Kuzma. Meditation work heard the news from Aluti Kochama to Caroline Adams. I just saw the emails. I am so sorry to hear they cut your project. If it's any consolation, I have tried to apply your method in my personal time, and I feel like my creativity is on a whole other level. Seriously, I really hope this is just temporary and they reinstate the project. Though I have got bad feelings since Dr. Lynch's departure, there hasn't been the same support. Hang in there, Caroline. Don't lose hope. Important. All staffs please read. From CY Swearengen to research team. Dear team, I like to beat around the bush as much as the next guy, but I'm afraid I don't have the luxury this time. First off, you all remember that framed quote I used to have in my office. Never trust a person who never tried to steal. Well, it seems someone took the sentiment too much to heart. Now, don't panic. It wasn't the code that was stolen. It's safely at home. Rather, it appears the staff member has taken our neurotransmitter research files from the facility with the likely intent of selling them to a third party. As such, all lab employees will be required to take a polygraph before leaving the facility, led by our own Dr. Al Tolliver. If Al finds anything troubling from your test, the next course of action would be termination, legal action, or both. No jokes, I mean this in seriousness. Let me emphasize, do the polygraph before leaving work, then you are free to get in your naps, showers, lap dances, or whatever you people do in your off hours. Have a pleasant day, CY. This week's audit. Anna Svart-Fasting, City Auditor to NCPT Labs. Dear all, as many of you know, this week's audit is simply a formality. We are required by law to periodically evaluate current laboratory safeguard for effectiveness and future modernization effort. Remember that this audit is as beneficial for the city's bookkeeping as it is to keep you and the research safe. We are all playing the same for the same team here. Please just treat this as a mandatory day off. Best regards, Anna Svart-Fasting, City Auditor. Files. One file, a novel phobia, fear of the number 91. In recent years, a list of commonly feared numbers such as 4, 13, 66, and 66 have grown to now officially include the number 91, while the phobia of other numbers have origins well studied by science. Example, tetraphobia derives from the fact that the Chinese word for death and 4 sounds familiar. We can still only hypothesize about the rise of 91. Patients afflicted by a phobia of number 91 often complaining of recurring nightmares in which a giant countdown reaches 91 then suddenly stops. When they attempt to restart the countdown, it transforms into a bright yellow board with vermin crawling over it. This shared experience has already spawned unproven conspiracy theories, which, among other things, claim that the dreams are transmitted via either electromagnetic waves, the digitized mind of a mysterious netrunner sect, rogue artificial intelligence, or classified nanochip installed by a nightclub agent. None of these outlandish ideas contain a grain of truth, of course. So, what is the cause, the phobia, to manifest such an intense reaction? That much yet remains unknown, but as so many scientists often claim, the truth is out there. So, without full knowledge of the phobia's origin, its underlying factors, how can you treat it? Studies thus far have shown promising results for conditioning patients via induced dream states, in which the number 91 is inverted to the number 19. Although this method remains in clinical trials, experts optimize the 91% success rate will continue to improve. 91% success rate. Okay, what is this? Teachings of Temple Expert Excerpts. The welcoming truth that sleep and death are twin sisters, beneficent, healing, and vivifying, is gradually making its way through the scientific as well as the religious world, bearing on its winnow's faith and trust in the fundamental lay of life which underline all phenomena, and casting down forever the great Moloch of fear, which stands at the gate of all men's mind, ready to devour its child of hope, which has been conceived and born in the joy of life. Time and space are annihilated in dream lives because of rapid action of the energy of mind when freed from bonds of matter, and life in a state of dream is a foretaste of what life may be when the coarser grades of matter, which now holds an embryonic god man in bondage, are refined, and the energy which now must act under all difficulties man has ignorantly thrown up by unnatural, unwise methods and practices through countless incarnations, will then be guided and controlled by the higher or spiritual will of man. For the perfecting of a body as much superior to the bodies of the present races of mankind, as the latter are superior to those of the animal creation. What do we have here? Anything new here? No, no, no. From Caroline Adams to Taron Doggett. Lol, and just remember not to mention our latest study to those NCPD slug brains because they just wouldn't understand it anyway. Security update. I read this. A small step for science, read this. To all staff, please read. Project decisions for the next quarter. From Yolanda Costanda to research team. Important. The following projects have been green-lighted to continue next quarter. Neurotransmitters and selective countermeasures in combating the effects of stress, cyberpsychosis, audiovisual stimulation in autism therapy, limited environmental stimulation in treatment for antisocial behavior. We have decided to suspend research into transcendental meditation, and all those involved on the project will soon receive a more detailed report about the indefinite suspension and information regarding new project allocations. Okay. Nothing else here. So this is locked. It seems so. This is just a bathroom. That is another bathroom. Outer space, my life in orbit. What life in space like? Comfortable. Of course, not everything's a bed of roses. Gravity below 1 gram isn't great for your bones or muscles. Synthesized food isn't to die for. And stuff from Earth is as rare as it is expensive. If you live in a private orbital station, congrats, you are richer than me. You always see the same faces. But if you live in a hybrid station like Crystal Palace, you will have to live with corporate bachelor parties every weekend. But don't let that put you off. There are more upsides than downsides for living in orbit. First of all, safety. To get into the orbit, you need a lot of zeros in your bank account, which means you won't see legions of homeless people, squeezed out gangsters, or aggressive joy toys, the exception of that being the lunar colonies, but no self respecting orbital dweller would ever sell food there. In other words, you can walk outside at night unarmed, without security, and come back home in one piece, wallet undisturbed. Amazing, right? Secondly, quality of service. Anyone in the customer service sector had to rack up an enormous debt to come up here. Their only hope is to pay it off within their lifetimes is to rake in a lot, and I mean a lot, of tips, which means they will bend over backwards to satisfy every whim. If you are an employer, you don't have to worry that an employee you just hired and trained at your expense will suddenly quit and go work for the competition for a few extra eddies a week. Pony stations, especially the private ones, simply don't have the competition, and if they do, it's basically negligible. Agreements can be made so situations like that doesn't occur. Thirdly, and most importantly, no government can tell you what to do, where and how. Orbital stations are autonomous and governed by their own laws, and there aren't many of them. If you can afford your own station, you you're the undisputed lord and master of your little corner of space. You want to tie the helpers to a whipping post when they make a mistake. Want to tie the help up to a whipping post and make a mistake? Go right ahead. Want 5 wives or 4 husbands? I'm sure you'll have a line of willing volunteers. Search how to prepare an audit. Messages. A small step for science, I read that. All stuffs, please read, I read that. Politicians read that. Melissa Roy, latest research from Taryn Doggett to Noemi Redwood, Jean-Paul Petit. Based on the latest research of the subject, it appears that patients suffer from relapses of antisocial behavior. The recommended treatment approach is limited environment stimulation and increased doses of neuroleptics. See treatment details attached. I'll remind you this is not an isolated case but a fairly common problem among members of MaxTac. The NCPD is pushing for more resources put into cyberpsychosis research, but our facility simply can't accommodate an upstick right now. And a friendly reminder, please email your application for overtime next quarter by no later than tomorrow EOD. This week's audit. I read that. Files. Braindance condition in cyberpsychosis treatment. Braindance conditioning in cyberpsychosis treatment report. Okay. Studies that use brain imaging methodologies have shown a progressive reduction in brain volume, but a swelling of the ventricular system and the volume of cerebrospinal fluid produced in people who suffer from cyberpsychosis. Other studies have found differences in the degree of cortical nerve cell depletion between stage 1 cyberpsychosis patients treated pharmaceutically and those who received braindance conditioning. Increased loss of cortical nerve cells was detected in those using pharmaceutical treatment, from which it has been concluded that Braindance conditioning has a neuroprotective effect. This experiment's results should be taken into account when implementing Braindance conditioning methods in locations with minimal environmental stimulation present. And I read this. Documents overtime, voluntary versus mandatory. Cabinet, filing cabinet, trails of spilled whiskey. Those are probability of being found close to 0%. Nothing here, right? Okay. Let's turn it on and see what it has. 5 messages. Read this, read this, read this. Audit round the corner. From Seth Givens, NCPD, to CY Swarangan. What's up, Tombster? You know about the audit in your lab is coming up, right? Maybe get those invoices from all squared away, huh? From side to side. Don't you get enough of your own paperwork to push around? Leave the invoices for to me. I'll make sure our little piggies don't go hungry. This week's audit, I read that. Files, Brendan's treatment, I read that. No, this is Brendan's treatment for pediatric autism introduction. This is different. Activity in a developing brain is higher compared to that in a mature brain. The greater capacity to establish neural connections and reorganize cortical and subcortical brain structure allows for substantial compensating abilities even in the circumstances of an extensive brain damage. Unfortunately, in the case of a children be on the autism spectrum, the problem is one of hyperactivity and overabundance of firing synapses results in synaptic communication disorder. This study compared children on the autistic spectrum who did not receive any preventative measures with those who received early brain dance therapy. Initial findings suggest the brain dance treatment provides beneficial support for synaptic function. Please refer to subsequent reports for detailed summaries of the findings. Nothing else in here. Let's see the messages. Security update, a small step. Geese from Jean-Paul Petit to Yolanda Castenda. You read Kuzme's email. Congratulate Yawen. Eugen must have been very pleased with her strides. From Yolanda to Jean-Paul. I'm not surprised. I mean, she cozies with that cop, then all of a sudden gets an NCPD contract. What a coinciding, huh? From Jean-Paul to Yolanda, exactly. Important all stuff. Please read this week's audit. I read all this. A novel for VFR of number 91. I read that. And this one is locked.
Hey, River. Think I got it.
Found something?
Not yet.
Anthony Harris. Let's try these drawers.
Okay, and I'll not get the other ones. BD chair.
Someone wants to be a cop when they grow up.
Toy gun. Signed Detective J. McNally. Designed to provide users maximum convenience. What is that and why can't I scan that?
Bill Graham?
No. Anthony Harris.
Just some trash.
Okay, what is that? Imperial poisoning. Imperil, which attracts danger, is the poison resulting from irritability. This poison, a quite substantial one, is deposited against the walls of the nerve channel and then spreads through the entire organism. Let's see these messages in the security update. Small shape, Melissa Roy, project decisions, all stuff. Please read this week's audit. Did I read that Melissa Roy? I think I read that. Files. Braindance condition, novel phobia. I've read all that. And the door is locked. So let's open that.
Say, River, why not just have a janitor crack a door for you?
Can't risk getting scolded for sniffing around somebody else's
River.
case. Yoan!
What are you doing here? You got kicked off the force.
Just suspended, actually.
And who might you be?
I'm calling the actual police.
Oh, wait, here. Hear me out, please.
Seriously, River? You weren't in enough trouble already?
Harris kidnapped my nephew.
I'm sorry. Really, I am. But we store evidence here. And we have strict protocols.
Protocols? Talking about his nephew's life here. A child's life.
This is an ongoing police investigation. Go, please. Get out now!
Listen, you work with badges, right? You know what they're like. Feed them analysis, they'll shit out failure.
This type of thinking is the very reason we live in a lawless city.
Lawless? Remember your first med school exam? You know the one. Passed it with flying colors. Gotta remember it. Ladies' room erupted in flame. They evacuated everybody for 2 hours.
I cannot believe you would throw that in my face. I never wish to see you here again. Especially you. You don't know him well, do you? This man is a bastard.
River and I get along, we're friends. Hasn't let me down yet.
Huh. I thought us friends too.
Is that why you're refusing to help him out?
Harris's dream, BD. Where is it?
He isn't dreaming.
What? Why?
A bullet damaged his cerebral cortex. We get only dissonant urges. Pieces.
I'd like
Try
to...
audiovisual stimulation.
But he isn't on the spectrum.
A favorite song or movie helps you reach the kids. Might be worth a try.
I am aware of the similarity. Hypothalamus stimulation and hormone production. But Harris is not a child. I have never tried the procedure on an adult.
Any specific reason why?
Any reason you haven't?
Because, unlike River, I went to med school and studied neuroscience. And not by reading about it over someone's shoulder on the metro.
Try now.
Let's try it.
We don't even know his preferences.
I'll find something. That mean you're willing to try?
Just go. I'll open the front door for you.
Let's ride, V. I know exactly where to start.
Say, by the way, what do you know about biochips? Arasaka's relic in particular.
Well, it's designed to store a person's neural engram. Sorry. Just imagine copying over a person's memories and personality.
Right, I get that. More curious what happens if the stored engram overwrites the engrams of the chip carrier.
Overwrite? I'm not even sure that's possible. Why do you ask?
Nah, never mind. Not a big deal. Thanks.
Can I check the computer? I guess not. She's blocking the way. I can take a stapler at least. I can't take your computer, then I will steal your stapler. This isn't the front door. She said she will let us out by the front door.
Cops seem to like you. Careful this one doesn't start sending you out for donuts.
What? No, River's alright.
For a cop, you mean?
Not every cop's a bastard. Just like not every rocker boy's a narcissistic dickhead.
Dunno, V, you ever actually met a rocker boy who didn't fit that description?
All in all,
No.
no.
Return to reverse car, okay?
Okay. Let me hear it.
Lost your badge. Didn't tell me about it. Why?
I don't know.
Makes you a bit of a leadhead, don't it?
That it do. It's just, it's not easy for me to talk about what's biting at my ass.
Fair enough. Could tell me where we're headed, though.
To Joss's. Randy's mom. She thinks he just ran away from home. For now, keep the kidnapping between us.
Where's Randy's dad?
Been a few years since he got popped. Gang war.
Great role model.
Josh was left alone with 3. But she's as tough as weathered leather.
You gonna tell me why we aren't trying to find Harris's apartment?
It's a house, and I doubt he's keeping his victims in his basement. And besides, we are trying. Want to see if we can find some connection to Harris at Randy's.
Pretty weak lead.
Best we can hope for just now.
Not worried Yawen's gonna toe the line? Rat you out to her superiors?
Used to be friends. Doubt she'd do that. Plus, not that I'd use it, but I do know one skeleton she'd prefer remain tucked in her closet.
Think Yawen will help?
You think Yawen will actually help us? All things considered?
Yeah, these tiffs of ours always end up the same way. I'll tell you about it over a beer sometime.
Sign me up. We find Randy, then we find the bottoms of a few bottles.
It'll be my pleasure.
Okay. I can skip the ride now, but I won't. Let's just ride with him. Who knows how far it is? Are we going to the Badlands? Or maybe we're just roaming at the end of the city near the Badlands. Who knows? This looks Badlandish short, but the city is also here, it seems. Around the corner. It feels like that. What the fuck, River?
All right, this is it.
Okay, we are here.
Sure been a while. Used to come over every weekend, a long time ago.
And? Changed it all since?
Places like this never change.
Lovely neighborhood. Mwah.
Aquarium stimulates the freshwater environment of the Amazon basin from the mid-21st century.
River. You either got business with me or you got my Randy. Wouldn't drag your butt out here if you didn't.
The long return, aftermath of the Great Nomad tragedy. I read this. I think I saw one more video lying around. The thing is, I don't see it anymore. Okay.
You either got business with me or news about my Randy.
Greetings from depression. I was 15 years old, set to fail 4 of my classes at school, but I could barely get out of bed, much less drag myself to the bathroom and take a shower. At first, my parents were worried, treating me gently, but after a few weeks, their patience began to run out. That's when it started. Snap out of it. Just go for a run. You'll feel better. Why don't you talk to your friends? Quit feeling sorry for yourself. What do you have to be sad about? Other people have it worse. Words that even after 10 years of therapy, medication, a stint in psychiatric ward, and many relapses of depression still ring in my ear. Anywhere, anytime, every day, and still cut just as deep.
Wouldn't drag your butt out here if you didn't.
Can't go that side. Another shard here. Review bloody about 6 what went wrong. Just when we thought Macroware was done putting out unfinished games, we got this piping hot plate of spaghetti code. Frankly, I don't even know where to start. From the storyboard, which feels like it was cobbled together from the half-baked ideas of 6 writers working in different time zones, to the intuitive tutorials, to the ridiculous lag that had me making a fresh cup of coffee between each punch, and finally the head-scratching localization foul-ups. Honestly, the dialogues make no sense in any language. What the hell were they originally written in? Swish? Who is this? Josh Clutcher. Body condition fit, strong, healthy, appearances female, close relative to River Ward, exhibits signs of insomnia, identity Josh Clutcher.
Joss, lead me.
Sophie, is this about my Randy?
First, I would like to examine your house. Boxing gloves worn during frequent use.
I don't know how to say this, but Randy, worth of document.
Punching bag. Beer stress of regular use, heavily beaten. Chrome and You, next part from a novel by Anonymous. I think I read this. What is this? Dumbbells, general purpose, cast iron.
Abducted. But he's alive, right? River! Tell me, damn it!
Police caught the guy, but he caught a bullet and he's in a coma, being watched.
But where's Randy?
We're looking, Joss.
Here?
Arguing on help.
Arguing's not gonna help anyone.
He's my child. You got no place telling me how to behave.
Joss.
Need to look through Randy's stuff.
Listen, we need to look through Randy's things.
Why?
To find any lead we can. Trust me, Joss.
Just don't destroy anything. Randy doesn't like it when anyone pokes through his stuff.
Let's go, V.
The kids are playing outside. Tell them it's time to eat.
Follow river.
What's on your mind?
Think it's good she learned the truth.
That's the trailer. Eyes peeled for details, eh?
Uncle River!
Monique, Dorian. Hey, guys.
Is this your partner?
Just a friend.
You
They're
gonna stay over?
We'll see.
they are following us.
Mom's waiting for you at dinner.
Let's see.
This is is their old trailer. Randy moved in when I bought him a new one.
Real hellhole. Like in my good old days.
You check around, I'll check the trash.
Okay. Look for clues. I see a get high at home. I read this.
Got some kind of key here. Real fossil.
Not quite what we're looking for, no.
Record player, top grade, device, excellent. Randy's guitar, material made from mahogany and spruce. Grade manufactured 2069. Acoustic guitar, strings are loose, hasn't been used for a while.
Jeez. Can still see the nicks from those first years we measured the kids.
Okay, so this is his room.
Left his feet.
Dear mother departs. The old die quietly. Their dry hands give a faint rustle as they fall for the last time. They tend to depart this world in November at the darkest hour of night, when down seems just as far off as the spring that will never return. Dawn seems just as far as the spring that will never return. They leave little behind, a small stack of last century's newspapers, a few cheap cups, clothes already smelling of the casket. Under the closed eyelids that fill slits a muted kaleidoscope of memories flashing by in no particular order. They die with their gaze fixed on hardening diorama for the long life that, in its fine moments, always seems to have been far too short.
Favorite hoodie in the closet.
Poster
Planet
band.
Overlord.
Favorite band.
You know him well.
Used to send him an album every year for his B-Day.
Okay. Covers, printing, ink, and bodily fluids. Band poster. Typical items in the teenager's room. Teenager's room.
Expensive tech. Randy had to scratch for this?
You're joking.
Computer. Durable stainless steel. Latest gen tech. High-tech computer.
No chance Randy could afford hardware like this. Way too pricey. We gotta get in, but I doubt anyone knows the password. Can you crack it?
Lock. Key required.
Let's move. Let's go.
Some kind of game here. Shipping code on it.
So what the code was?
Come
I
on.
will try.
Let me give it a shot.
Okay, BD 1C 1C.
Eureka.
Help me scour this, will you?